Okay, let's welcome back to the show Texas Congressman Brian Babin. Congressman, it's always great to have you on. Do you think this is now the end of caravans? Because Guatemala stopped a migrant caravan after it grew to about 3,000. Guatemala stopped it with government soldiers and police. Mexico is moving to stop it too. Is this the end of it?
I certainly hope so, because that's been a grave threat to our national security at so many levels. And, you know, I just want to thank Guatemala. I want to thank Mexico, Mexican President Obrador, who has deployed thousands of his National Guardsmen to the border. And I also want to thank President Trump, because his administration has absolutely, with this Remain in Mexico policy, it has been really, really beneficial to stopping the illegal crossing of our borders, especially during this pandemic time. And let's hope that this is going to be the end of it.
Yeah, and it's about the right and humane way to protect people who want to come here and be immigrants here, not just crossing the border with the help of human traffickers and more. Let's move on to what Pope Francis is talking about. Americans are a humanitarian nation. We have a welcoming attitude toward immigrants. And Americans talk about the right to a dream of a better future. We want to embrace people coming to our country. The Pope, though, is saying that he's saying about the countries like the United States, quote, there's a desire for security in one's own little world of narcissism. He's against border walls. We understand that. We've talked to Border Patrol. They say Border Patrol helps walls. Walls do help in stopping crime. The issue is, critics are saying, is the Pope listening to families like these who have lost loved ones due to criminal illegal crime? Let's listen to this.
Unbeknownst to me, a classmate asked him for a ride home. We found out at the trial that his intent was to murder Josh for his truck. He brutally beat him, crushed his face and voice box. He beat him in the head with a closet rod 4 times until it broke. He strangled him over and over again, tortured him. He tied him up like an animal, dropped him in a field, and set him on fire.
An illegal immigrant, intoxicated, hit him from behind, going probably 120 miles an hour.
He was killed on his way home from work on May 12, 2014 by a repeat illegal alien criminal who was driving drunk the wrong way over 35 miles and slammed head-on into my son.
Him and his partner had just gotten done running a call. They were on their way back to the station, and a drunk driver that was here illegally pulled in front of the ambulance with no regard to anybody else. And my husband's ambulance flipped over, and he and his partner both lost their lives in that accident.
Okay, so, you know, how do you square their stories, right? That's heartache. That's pain. We understand what the Pope is saying. We get it. We want to be an embracing, open culture. And many countries around the world would say the same thing, but many countries around the world are dealing with serious crime at the border, right? Should our religious and faith leaders talk about that too?
No, I disagree with this Pope on many, many things. He's absolutely wrong. We have the right to control our borders, and we welcome immigrants in this country. We have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants that come in every year, and they've got to do it the right way. And that's why I think it's so important that the American people realize that this is one of the most crucial, important, critical aspects of the issues of the day, and that is an open border. And this election that's coming up, President Trump has done unbelievable amounts of good through executive orders with no help from the Congress. Those of us, I'm the Border Security co-chairman, caucus co-chairman, and yet we just can't seem to get the Congress to help the president and pass legislation that needs to be passed. And that's why it's so critical that the American people realize the dangers on a national security level, criminal, jobs, pandemic, public health, all levels of the problems that we face on open borders. And when you go, it's hard for me to even imagine Americans that would vote for a Democratic Party that would open our borders up to literally millions of illegal aliens and hundreds of thousands of criminal aliens as well.
And it's not just in Central America. It's not just in South America. I hear what you're saying. It's not just from South America. It's also from countries overseas like Asia.